Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Kotodaman video. Today we are covering the Summer Festival 2024 bingo card. Apparently the Summer Festivals are a big event every year, who knew? And this bingo is relatively straightforward. The first mission, very simple. You have to summon on the Daily Free multi. Obviously you do it the first day, you come back the next day, you do it again. This is actually great for rewards because if you happen to get one of the rainbow ones, you could trade that in for a bunch of the gems, which is really nice. Mission 2, another very easy one. You just have to clear the Bakujo Sentai Bunger Extra Quest daily stage one time. Very easy stage. And this is kind of a weird collab for the summer because it's mostly focused on original characters, like Kotodaman original characters. But they have crossed over with Super Sentai, but normally collaborations have like, I would say like a minimum of 12 characters because, you know, you need, you know, the team size is 12. So say for example during a Digimon collab, Omegamon boost Digimon characters, you could only make a full team if there's 12 Digimon characters to put in a team. So there needs to be 12 characters. But in this case, it's just 2 characters, both from Super Sentai, both Red Rangers from 2 different series. There's Bun Red from Bakujo Sentai Bunger, and then there's also Don Momotaro from the, what's it called? The Dom Brothers. Neither of which have been adapted to Power Rangers versions yet because they're relatively recent. I don't know if that's something that will happen at some point. But one of them is the Don Momotaro is locked behind a paid pack. It costs 1,000 yen. And the Bun Red, as you saw, you get from that daily stage. You can max them out for free, which is pretty cool, but it's very strange. I think the reason they've done a collab like this is because they've chosen to make one of the original characters into like this kaiju sized boss for this one specific event, and you can see us for mission 3 team building for that, the grand battle. Not really what it's called, but I don't really know what to call it, but grand battle, the one where you're fighting the big boss. And I guess their thought was like, well, let's bring in 2 Super Sentai characters and they can have like their Megazords and they could be fighting the kaiju with us, which I guess is fine. I don't know. Now this, you only have to participate 3 times. You don't have to win 3 times. I don't think it's too hard to win, but then again, one of these runs I do lose in this in this recording. So, you know. Anyway, you set up 4 teams. You don't have to worry about the leader skill of your individual units. Just look at the ticker tape at the top. The leader skill is already decided for you. Then on the first stage is a bit more complicated, but it allows you to use more different types of units. On the second stage, it's just red and white units that you can use. They get boosted by the leader skill. And, you know, basically you go into the stage with these 4 teams, and it's going to pick units from those 4 teams pretty much randomly, I think. And you just sort of have to try and win. That's basically it. There is some additional points to be earned because it's the way you're ranked on this is based on your total damage. You can see the damage at the top. You can still kill the boss, and killing the boss will help you get more damage. And once the boss is dead, you can continue to fight them up until turn 8-8, until the end of the battle. But if you click that button in the middle, there's also some missions to clear. Use specific hiragana, you know, use certain specific classes of characters, so on and so forth. Clearing those will add bursts of damage to your total damage number at the top, and obviously the higher that number is, the more better rewards you're going to be getting once you've actually finished the stage. So it's not too bad. There are 2 different stages, but they both count towards the missions. So you're going to see me do, I think I do stage 1, and then I go over to stage 2, and then I go back to stage 1 in this video. But you could do all stage 1, you could do all stage 2. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. You don't even need to beat them. That's the thing. These bingo missions are actually really easy. Don't be deceived by the length of the video. This is probably one of the easiest ones. There is one stage that's a bit of a nightmare, but that's only if you're beating it, and you don't have to beat it. So that's fine. So I've got into the second stage here, and you can see me saying on my team, the second stage is just, like I said, the white and the green units. So you can just use whatever you want, which does make it a little bit easier in terms of team building just for throwing the units in there. But it's a bit less flexible because you can use a lot more different units with the other leader skill. It's just you have to go and you have to look and you have to see, can I use this? Can I use that? But yeah, you can see I keep bringing up the the board here to see which hiragana do I have? Can I use this? Can I use that? Clearing a line there of the hiragana, that will contribute positively. But as you can see, the second stage is only 4 turns. So you have to kind of decide how you want to approach this. I think the other stage, the second stage, is harder to get a high score on. I don't know if there's a reasoning behind there being a 4 stage and an 8 stage, a stage where you can use lots more different units and a stage where you can't. But that's the way they've laid them out. But I guess if you wanted to do it in the quickest possible time, you would just do the 4 stage and then just and then just breeze through it. Like I said, I think I even die here. Like, you don't need to actually clear it, but it's obviously good if you do because you get better rewards. But for the sake of the bingo, no, you do not have to clear it. And as you can see, my health is dangerously low and I just die. Okay, and for mission 4, we have to clear some story mode stages. Oh boy, you love the story mode stages. They always have these cutscene stages that are just playing out. It's just telling the story. Like, you don't actually have to beat it. But you have to sit through those to get to the actual stages you have to beat. Now, there are 9 stages we're talking about today, I believe. Stage 4 is an actual enemy. You have to beat it in order to unlock stage 6, but it's not one of the missions to beat stage 4. Stage 6, however, you do have to beat. You have to beat stage 6 3 times, which is a little bit annoying. And as you can see in this footage, I have chosen the wrong team. I've gone into a blue boss with a full red team, and that's not the way to do it. They have actually updated team building significantly, so you can see before you even go into a stage what debuffs you have to worry about, what type the boss is. Do they have a secondary debuff that you're gonna have to bring a specific leader along for? It shows you all of this information, and it would appear that for this first run at least, I ignored all of that, absolutely all of it, and I ran into a full blue stage with a full red team. Now, to be fair, I think I did have the units needed to get rid of the debuffs. I think I probably just wasn't paying attention to the actual type of the opponent. But we got through it barely. Make sure you bring a green team, because it'll make it a lot easier. But yes, as you can see, the second run I did use a green team, and the third run is going to be just a tiny little bit slower, because that's the actual team that I built specifically for the stage, rather than just whatever green units. Not using my regular all collaboration, all anime character teams. I have been branching out a little bit and using units that are more suitable where necessary. And this specific stage, there's a few different units who are pretty good for it that were just original characters, so I brought those along. Now, first things first, you want to get rid of the barrier. Once you get rid of the barrier, that will actually let you hit the guy in the middle, but you have to wait until the following turn before you're actually going to be doing the proper damage. The way to get rid of barriers is to use units that help you get rid of barrier and place them combo through the barrier using it. While that barrier is up, you're not going to be able to do any damage to him, basically. On this specific stage, I didn't bother with the little flame sprite things, because once you kill the guy in the middle, they will just kill themselves. So you don't have to worry about those. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I believe these specific ones do actually revive themselves if given the opportunity. So just don't give them the opportunity, I guess. But pretty easy stage. But that's not the end of it, because even though we've beaten that stage 3 times, we have to beat the next stage, which is stage 9, I believe. Stage 9. We have to beat stage 9 1 time. I show a little bit of the team building here using the actual like team building, what would you call it, calculator? I don't know, advisor at the top. So you can see the color of the enemy is one of those like the dark units. You can see on the right hand side of where the color is, it shows if there's any additional debuffs, which are the ones you need a specific leader for. And in this case, it says no, there's none, which is great. But there are 4 individual debuffs. And depending on the stage, those different debuffs will affect different standards, you know. Spike can be really bad on certain stages because it can be really high damage. But I believe on this stage, it wasn't really high damage. So it wasn't a big deal. Same with that stage we played before. Sometimes bomb is so much damage it kills you in 1 hit. But on that specific stage, it didn't. It was quite low damage. The stages required for this story mode stuff in general are not that bad. And you only need to clear the stages. You clear the blue one, or stage 6, 3 times, and clear this 1 time. But yeah, the like little like mine square where if you put the wrong unit in it, it blows up. Those ones kind of suck. Damage is not that high on them on this specific stage, but it does quite often change the hiragana you put in there, and that does make the stage a little bit more difficult. But the same with the one where it like changes what you've put in there. So if you don't have the resistances for that, that can be quite awkward. But yeah, I mean, I guess it really just depends. And as I said before, with the little like sprite things at the side, on that stage they died before I fought the boss. But basically, the target has to be either kill them both at the same time, or probably just leave them until the end. That's how I've approached it throughout this event anyway. Now for mission 6, you just have to trade in 2 of these summon medals. You will have earned at least 200 by doing the missions up until this point. So pretty easy, but earn more of them so you can buy more gems. Now, mission 7. Mission 7, this stage sucks. Genuinely, this is legitimately very difficult. I think it's supposed to be countered by like the new legend unit that's just come out and a bunch of the new standard units that have just come out, which I don't have any of those. I haven't summoned for them. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. You can see the timer if you back out. It says there's like 4,000 days or something like that left of this stage. So it's obviously supposed to be like a semi-permanent fixture. But we were talking before about the little flame sprites. In this specific event, my target was to attack them first. Now, bear in mind, their HP's not as small as it may look. You need to knock them both out at once. If you look above the one on the right, you can see that certain hiragana are going to do bonus damage. Effectively, all of my units are... If you look at the damage we're dealing to the flame sprite here, the damage is not that great. But the units that have the specific hiragana, that if you match those up, it will do more damage to these guys. And so my plan was basically to try and kill them both at the same turn. Because if you take too long, or rather, if I say if you take too long, rather, if you don't kill them in the same turn, the one you didn't kill will revive the one you did kill. And it'll just keep going like that. It will have slightly, like, it won't have much health when it gets revived, but still, it is annoying. So this is me trying to be very careful. And to be honest, I thought this run was a failure because I had messed this run up so many times that, or this stage so many times that I was like, there's just no way. I've completely messed this up. I'm going to lose. But I just happened to have the right units at the right time, and I was able to actually defeat both the little sprites, which starts phase 2 of the battle. So we take those. I call it phase 2 of the battle. Basically, her shield is down now. She has that same weakening that the other little sprite had before. So you want to try and match up the hiragana there with the hiragana in your team. Now, where it says hit a certain combo in order to get an attack boost, if you don't hit that certain combo, it'll give the enemy an attack boost. Now, hopefully I've written on the screen what the condition is for that. But you can see that sometimes I fail it and sometimes I succeed. And really, the only reason I managed to beat this stage is because I had some units that did decent damage plus heal. So that's probably a tip, I guess. If you have unit, I mean, that Denji Power did some good heal. We had the girl from, was it Rui from Bochi the Rock? Again, good heal. And I've got this this green unit that I've put out on the board now that also has pretty good heal. So it basically just came down to out healing. And I actually messed up. You can see that I don't have the, like, I normally have the little drum kit there. And when it charges over a certain amount of turns, you can heal. And I didn't have it. I forgot to equip it. So I thought I was toast because the opponent got the attack up. And I was like, oh, they're just going to smoke me. The attack up only lasts for one turn, granted, but they hit for a lot in that one turn. So I was really like, it's over, it's done. But despite all the odds, things just sort of worked out, especially here. I thought I was really absolutely screwed here because what it was suggested to me I couldn't do. So I put the care in there and I was like, oh no, I've messed this up. I can't make this combo work. And I was sort of panicking and I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this. And then just the luck came through. The luck just came through at the last second. And that was enough for me to get the attack boost on my team instead of on the opponent's team. And it allowed me to do some decent damage because these are some decent units. And you can see Draken did a lot of damage there. And that is because Draken had the Ke, which is one of the things that the boss was weak to. So, Mission 8. By the way, Mission 7, you don't need to clear that stage. Just don't. Like, you don't have to bother. Just challenge it once and you'll be fine. Mission 8. Challenge the Nsilfeel stage. Very difficult for me to pronounce, but Nsilfeel, I think that's how you say it. Something like Furu. I don't know. Basically, clear this stage. And I don't think this stage is too hard. You can see I'm back on the red team, and you'll be happy to know that this stage and the next stage are not that difficult. I think the tough bit here was the barrier, just because it was quite persistent. Like, you needed to combo through it a whole bunch of times, and even if you have the units that do like the boosted combo, like I've got Smiley down the bottom there, does the boosted break through the barrier. Even then, it was still like a little bit challenging. I think this was like maybe my second or third attempt, just because I didn't really have the team set up properly before that. But even with the boosted combo, it still did not do that much damage. So I guess I was a bit annoyed because it was just like I was doing no damage, and I was like, I'm gonna lose this. But it's not that bad. Like, you just have to bring a lot of units that have that shield breaker, and if you happen to have units that also have the mine resistance too, then that is going to be quite beneficial. And once you get through that shield, you're going to see me slowly breaking through their HP. And I didn't use a luck leader for this. You could use a luck leader if you wanted better drops, but you don't need to max this character out for the bingo mission, so I just did not bother. Also, if you're getting like bonus drops for this character, like I think they have a daily stage, so you're better off doing that every day anyway than clearing this stage. So that's what I'd recommend. But yeah, it's not too bad. Just make sure you've got red units, obviously, to combo the bomb, but also because this is a green opponent, so obviously they're weak to red units. But yeah, don't let the bomb go off in your face if at all possible. And only really 2 or 3 debuffs to worry about. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And that's stage 8 clear now, or mission 8. Mission 9. One of the easier ones. You're fine. If you got this far, this is the easiest one probably, or maybe second easiest. Second easiest, I'll say. It's just clear this daily lesson stage one time. You can use effectively any team. It's not a challenging stage. And I think I'd probably just clear it in one run. Now, I think it's actually setting you up here with the Idoru. I think they're setting you up to say idle. but I didn't see that and I just went straight for the attack, and it didn't matter. It did not matter. So that is the missions cleared. And the bingo board is done. And that's 5,000 gems. Very, very nice. And then I thought I'd do a cheeky multi on the new legend. This was actually before I beat mission 7 because I was actually struggling with it. I was like, maybe I'll just pull the legend. I'll just do one multi. And we did get 3 5-stars, to be fair. So I was pretty happy about that because I don't tend to get 3 5-stars. But you can see this is my first dupe of this character, or second dupe. But you can see these characters here. The crystal background basically instantly tells you this is a dupe. You've already got this character basically maxed out. So pretty sad stuff. But that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.